I hate to break it to you, but you will never be ready. Not fully, at least. And I think we all understand basically this whole thing of, okay, you'll never be ready, so just start now. So I think for the most part, I want us to unpack why exactly you will never feel fully ready so that we can actually get to the bottom of this thing. Because every now and then you will come across a video that tells you of how you're scaring yourself out of opportunities and how you should just do it. And although that is true, although it definitely has an element of truth as far as just do it, like just get ready, but why? Why do I feel like this? So, to unpack this properly, let us begin with our nervous system, right? So, your nervous system wants to feel safe. Your nervous system wants to keep you safe. Your nervous system wants to keep you stable. Your nervous system wants to keep you secure. And for your nervous system to think it's keeping you safe, it needs everything to stay the same. Your environment needs to stay the same, because if your environment stays the same, then almost every outcome is predictable. It can almost get you out of every single thing because we've been here long enough. We felt this way long enough. Now, the thing with that is that sometimes your nervous system tries to keep you safe by keeping you in the same space. And although the place that you are in is not serving you, although it's toxic, although it is just like the most negative thing for you, at the end of the day, it is predictable. And because it is predictable, your nervous system will prefer that over something new. And that's why so many people self sabotage. That's why so many people fumble big opportunities. That's why so many people fumble their entire future, and that's why so many people spend their entire lives in situations that they are not happy with, or that are just subpar because they cannot bypass their nervous system. So, some of us, not all of us, but some of us are big dreamers. Some of us have very big visions for our lives. Some of us daydream so much about what the future can hold. And now the thing is that a big vision or a big dream equals big change. And that goes against what our nervous system is striving for. And that's why it is sometimes so difficult to picture what your life looks like with said goal. So, for example, there's this fancy car that you want for yourself, or there's this big business that you want for yourself. There's this thing, like there's this beautiful, luxurious apartment that you want for yourself. Sometimes that's why you see it so vaguely. All you can truly see is the apartment, but you cannot picture who you are in that apartment. You cannot picture who you are as the CEO of that business. You cannot picture who you are as the owner of that car, how much you make, what do you eat, what do you live like, who are you? And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing that a big vision feels so scary and a big vision feels so overwhelming. It is definitely not a bad thing at all, and it's nothing to be ashamed about, but it is definitely worth recognizing. So now the problem is that, okay, so we have this big vision, right? And on top of us having this big vision, our nervous system is almost blocking us from actualizing this vision because it's such a different language from what we're used to. It's almost as if someone coming into your space and speaking a language that you are unfamiliar with, right? Your nervous system is not familiar with a certain level of income, with a certain level of spending, with a certain level, like there's a cap to what your nervous system can allow you to digest. And if it's higher than what your nervous system can allow you to digest, your nervous system will find a way to get you back to equilibrium, to get you back to predictability and stability. So, to really bypass this, because we are still unpacking why you don't feel ready, to really bypass this and to really not make an enemy out of your nervous system, we need to find some sort of middle ground because these dreams do need to be actualized. So, the biggest thing that can really help you in all of this is routine. Routine builds stability, and routine builds the predictability that our brain wants, that our nervous system wants. So the thing is that your nervous system wants to keep a particular rhythm, right? It needs to keep a particular rhythm for it to feel safe. Now, the thing is, the more you change your environment, the more you change your life, the more you change your habits, the more you change this, that, the more dysregulated you feel. But the more routines you build in that change, it's not just about, for example, writing the business plan and then just leaving it at that. How much time are you dedicating each and every single day to that specific plan? How much time are you dedicating each and every single day to familiarize yourself with the possibility of this said vision? Because honestly, making something happen is not the biggest part of it. Actualizing a dream is not the most difficult part. The most difficult part is actually believing that you are deserving of it and actually letting go of habits, of routines, of thoughts, of emotions that keep you away from that dream. Some people are able to actualize their dreams quicker because they don't have any barriers. They don't have any baggage. They are malleable. Their subconscious is malleable. Their subconscious is flexible. It's agile. It can absorb that. For some of us, it takes a bit longer to absorb that. And that is why your routine is what is going to help you as far as your brain understanding that, okay, this is our new language. This is a new language we're learning. This is something that we're being exposed to. So what does this look like practically? So for example, let's say the dream that we're trying to actualize is the business, right? The dream that we're actualizing is getting said business. So what that looks like is, okay, sharp, there's this business that I want, but what does my life really look like when I have this business? Because it doesn't help for you to only envision the monumental moments where it reaches over 1 million sales and stuff like that. It doesn't help. What helps is for you to actually like picture, what does a normal day with this dream look like? Dedicate 30 minutes or an hour every single day pondering on the said dream, working on the said dream. Dedicate time so that your body can get used to the fact that this is a thing that we are working towards, so that you are sensitive to opportunities that come your way that fit the said dream. Because for as long as it's an unfamiliar language, for as long as it's an unfamiliar way of thinking, you will skip every single opportunity that was meant to elevate you or that was meant to help you actualize that dream, because it's not a language you're familiar with. It's not something that stays in your mind. More importantly, you need to make room for who you are becoming. You need to make room in your day for who you're becoming. And you need to make sure that that time is sacred and that time is consistent. If it's between 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening, thinking about or working on this said dream, let it be 7 to 8 o'clock every single day then. Let that be the thing, because like I said, we are trying to, one, start working on the thing and stop waiting on a perfect place, time, whatever. And two, we are trying to make sure that while we're working on the thing, our nervous system agrees with us. There's a certain rhythm, there's synergy between our brain understanding that we are deserving of this thing. So many people find themselves in situations where they are planning, right, for this thing. Let's say there's this business that I want to launch and I'm planning. And I'm planning 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 and I'm drafting and I'm planning and I'm scratching and I'm planning. The problem with that is that You think it's preparation, and this whole time it's just perfectionism. It is just perfectionism and procrastination. As contradicting as it sounds, the less you plan, the better you are at executing, or the better you are at actualizing something. The reason why I'm saying that is because let's say for example, children that are in school, right? And let's say we were given the whole syllabus in the beginning of the year, right? And they're like, bah, here's everything. You guys are going to have one exam testing you guys on everything. And that's it, right? Versus, okay, let's say they're like, okay, guys, every single month or every single whatever, we are going to test you guys. We are going to test you guys. The more you test something out, it's the more you actually have evidence. It's the more you actually have research. It's the more you actually have something to work with compared to spending 5 years working on this said business and only for it to not succeed, because at that point you find the business in itself is irrelevant. Whereas in that 5 years, you could have planned a bit, executed, gotten research back from people, gotten market research, and then improved and executed. That's how it should be. And the thing is, the more you execute is the more confident you feel. You will not unlock all the confidence that you need before you start the thing. You need to execute first. The more you execute, the more you build momentum. The more you build momentum, the more you actually start thinking that actually I do got this. Like I actually am doing something that's worth something. And I think my last point is you need to really stop thinking so much. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because most of the time we think that we're pondering on the thing, we think that we're keeping ourselves safe. Whole time we're just negotiating with our ego. If we're not negotiating with our ego, we are in some sort of way listening way too much to our nervous system telling us that this is not a safe opportunity. And you find that this is the opportunity that will elevate you. So it is okay that you do not feel ready. It is understandable. It makes sense why you do not feel ready. But you need to really work with yourself. You need to stop listening to your ego. And you need to also work with your nervous system. You need to build consistent routine as far as the thing is concerned, so that your nervous system can trust this bigger vision, so that your nervous system can trust this bigger plan. You got this, dude. Come on. But anyways, I really hope that this video helped, because these thoughts and these ideas definitely did help me. I'll see you in the next one.